The 2025 Chevrolet Trax. We only have one new change to talk about for this latest model year. However, I wanted to make a video on this automobile because I didn't realize just how well it was priced, considering it's a pretty decent sized automobile for its class. But let's get into it. I mean, the only new thing we have to talk about are some colors, right? We have two new colors, the Cypress Gray exterior color and the Marina Blue Metallic exterior color. That's it. That's everything that's new for 2025, and that's primarily because this vehicle got fully redesigned in 2024, and Chevrolet made this vehicle larger in just about every single way compared to before, while costing less money. That's impressive, and that's respectable because this SUV genuinely does look great. It doesn't look like a generic appliance box or like some generic rental car. It's got some design and even some swagger to it. Granted, that's primarily in the higher trims. When you get the base model, which sticker for about $21,500, that's going to look more generic, but still the shape is nice. And for 2025, these vehicles, they are still not available with all-wheel drive. Every model comes standard with front-wheel drive, and they are all powered by a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder turbocharged engine with 137 horsepower and 162 pounds-feet of torque, made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. I mean, I really liked Ford's 3-cylinder engine. That was great, but I've never tried the Chevrolet 3-cylinder. But typically 3-cylinders are supposed to have a more distinct sound compared to a 4-cylinder. So it's interesting, but my real problem with this vehicle is this is meant to be an economy car for a family to purchase, and usually most families shopping for stuff like this, they want something that's not disposable and something that they can genuinely hang on to for at least 5 to 10 years, maybe longer, right? And that's my only gripe I have with this new Trax. I'm just not sure this is going to properly serve a family for 10 plus years. You know, the warranty on these things, it's for 3 years, bumper to bumper, or 5 years for the powertrain. So after that, you're really chancing it with this powertrain. After all, Chevrolet, they don't really have the best reputation when it comes to turbocharged engines. And when you check on the NHTSA.gov website, there's already 54 complaints for the 2024 Trax, and there's over 200 TSBs or manufacturer communications. Some of it does have to do with the powertrain. Again, I suppose it's fine if you're only going to keep it for 3 to 5 years, but I feel like most people buying a $20,000 to $30,000 vehicle, they want to keep it for a longer period than just that. Anyway, let's continue here. I would personally skip the base LS model. I know that's the cheap one that starts at, about $21,500 with destination. But this model, it's going to come with 17-inch steel wheels, which I'm not a huge fan of. But it does come with an 8-inch infotainment screen and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as keyless entry. All of those are very decent. However, you only get manually adjustable front seats with the LS and a 4-speaker audio system. It's when you step up to the 1RS trim, that's when you get the 18-inch alloy wheels and slightly more stylish exterior, and you also get heated front seats, which is great to see. And the LT trim, that also costs pretty similar to the 1RS. It's just less sporty, but it does come with some decent equipment. So I would go for either one of those two trim levels if you just had to have this automobile. But the active and the 2RS trim levels, that's going to give you all of the best features, right, as one would expect. So comment below, let me know, would you pull the trigger on a Chevrolet Trax? It does look good. It is pretty spacious and practical. Its trunk space is over 25 cubic feet with the seats up, right? That's a phenomenal size, and you even have pretty decent headroom and legroom in here according to the specs. And regarding deals, I mean, personally, I am partnered with a broker named AutoCompanion. He does offer Chevrolet deals. However, he does not advertise any Chevrolet Trax deals. One of the cheaper Chevrolets that he's offering is the Equinox and like the Blazer EV. And that's the thing with most manufacturers. Their lowest, most cheapest offering typically isn't that cheap because it's hard to get deals and discounts. For instance, when you look at the Toyota family, a Corolla never has any discounts, but you can get Camrys at or even below invoice. And Camrys with those discounts end up being as cheap, if not cheaper, than certain trim levels of the Corolla. But most people, they don't bother to shop the next vehicle up. They think it's out of their price range because they typically don't do their research. When in reality, when you just go up one level in vehicle, you not only get a far superior product and a more spacious product, but that's when the deals and the discounts occur. For instance, in the Chevrolet lineup, AutoCompanion is offering 10% off MSRP on the Equinox. So on a base LS front-wheel drive Equinox that stickers for about 28 grand, you're getting almost 3 grand off MSRP, and that's before any additional incentives are added on top. And AutoCompanion also has a free leasing calculator, which I will have linked in the description box below. I did run some numbers with the Trax, and the Chevy Trax, it leases out terribly. It's about $441 a month, which is insane for such a cheap car, and that's primarily because the interest rate on the lease is over 8%. So that's ridiculous. The Equinox leases out for about $360 a month, and that's because the interest rate on the Equinox lease is about $360 a month. So that's what I wanted to find out regarding this Trax. Like, okay, if it's not something that a family can really rely on long term, if it at least leases out really cheap, then cool. If it was like $200 a month, that's something that a family can perpetually lease for the rest of their life because it's such a cheap payment, and they can be inside of a new car with all the latest safety, right? But that's not really the case with this Trax, and most bottom barrel economy vehicles, they don't lease out very well. I don't really see too many great deals with the lowest offerings from most manufacturers. There's a few exceptions. Nissan does offer decent deals on the Sentra, and AutoCompanion doesn't just represent Chevrolet. He has a bunch of other brands like Honda, Mazda, Nissan, and luxury branded cars as well. And with the Sentra, he's offering 10% off MSRP, and that's again before incentives. With Mazda and the CX-30, which is the cheapest SUV, he's also offering 10% off. So those are substantial discounts. However, the Sentra is a sedan and the CX-30 is truly a tiny little thing. Not that practical for most families, but Mazda is a vehicle that I genuinely love and recommend to most families. It's just that I usually recommend the CX-5 or the CX-50 because that's genuinely a practical size that can work out for most families, and that's the thing. Like a Mazda, you can probably chance it and try to keep it past the warranty period. Or a brand like Hyundai, which offers you a 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty. And by the way, Hyundai is also a brand that AutoCompanion represents. Something like a Tucson comes with almost 11% off MSRP. And that's something that a family can keep up to 10 years or 100,000 miles. That's genuinely great. If you have a high quality Hyundai dealership near where you live, you can take advantage of that warranty and you don't have to immediately lease and dump a car. That's fantastic. So if you want to work with AutoCompanion for any one of these vehicles, he is located in Washington, DC, but he is able to ship nationwide. But shipping is something that you have to pay extra for, and he does charge a broker fee to access his deals. But if you sign up with my affiliate link in the description box of this video, he will take some money off of his broker fee. But yeah, as much as I wanted to like the Trax, and I mean, I do like it, it's just hard to recommend. I would rather pay up a bit more money and get like a base model or a select trim level of the CX-5 Mazda, or even rock something like a Hyundai Tucson and take advantage of the 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty, something along those lines. That's what I would like to do if I was shopping for a family SUV. But if you love Chevrolet, then this is cool. This is really well priced, and when I was looking on Car Gurus, I noticed that some dealerships were offering about $2,000 off the MSRP on a Trax. So that would be a discount that I would try to negotiate. And if you wanted to keep it long term, I guess you can just pay up for an extended warranty, but that's going to be up to you and your family. Anyway, if there are any owners of a Chevrolet Trax, I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you found value with this content and all the information that I had to share in this video, Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.